Always just been that way. When I was a kid, I mean, I always was bringing home stray animals, and my mom was always kicking my butt for it. Um, Currently, I've got way too many, and I run a grooming salon that's home based so that they're not in kennels all day. That's all I do. Animals are better than people. I say it every day.
I would agree with that. Haley Dube is a local pet groomer in Boise, and as you just heard, she loves animals. She loves grooming them, and she'll pretty much do about anything to rescue them, as you're about to see. Recently, she saw a post on Facebook about a cat in trouble. She jumped right into action to help, or shall we say, crawled into action. Maggie O'Mara has her incredible story in tonight's 7's Hero.
It all started when Haley Dube saw this post on Facebook. There was a cat named Flake trapped underground in a storm drain on the Boise bench.
If you need any help, let me know. I'm small.
Turns out they did need her and her small frame.
I headed down there.
When she arrived, she got right down in that hole.
I was like, okay, I'm just going to do this. I'm not going to think about it anymore. And I honestly was just hoping that there was actually a cat down there. And so I got down there. I looked at this pipe that was, it was literally big enough for me to fit my shoulders through. I climbed in there. I had a headlamp on. I started crawling through. I was about halfway, and I just heard this really loud, deep meow. I just kept talking to him. I was like, I'm coming, bud, I'm coming. It was dark, and it was really cold. Right to my, ear length, there was a pipe about this big, and there was just a little black and white cat just sitting there, and he was just looking at me. And I remember I kind of just started crying, and I was like, I got you, bud. And I grabbed him, and he just latched onto my shoulder. But this whole time, this cat just held on. And I remember looking at the pipe like, hey, you're a really big cat. How am I going to get back in there? And I remember we kind of just dove in. And the whole time, I'd pull him. I had him by the scruff, and I'd pull him. And then I'd come up, and I would just pull myself forward.
When she finally came back out of the pipe with Flake, it was emotional for everyone. And it was all caught on video.
I had to lay down flat and kind of army crawl my way through the entire way. When I watched the video later and I saw the cat, he just kind of looks up at everybody and kind of just see it on his face. Like, I don't know, I'll just never forget the meow that he meowed when he heard me, and I'll never forget that face. Like, I look at my other cats now still, and I'm just like, okay, I couldn't even imagine you being down there for 6 days with no food and water.
The kitty's owner was overwhelmed with gratitude.
Thank you, girl.
Haley, oh my God.
But I do remember her just crying and just saying, thank you so much.
Haley says it was a team effort, one that she was happy to be a part of.
That was probably one of the most successful things I think I've ever done, I can say. It was very exhilarating.
A couple of days after the rescue, Haley went to visit Flake.
He looked at me and he didn't recognize me at first. I was kind of giving him loves, and then all of a sudden he just started doing those face nuzzles. And if I'd walk away, he'd look at me and put his paw out at me, like, keep petting me. And I just remember seeing his belly and the burns, like his skin it looked like a pink pig. I mean, he was just burnt from his own urine. She sent me some updated pictures of him the last few days, and he's looking really, really good now.
Facebook posts about Haley's cat rescue were shared dozens of times, calling her a hero.
It's all those people that I love that shared that post. And it's just, I don't know, it's amazing.
Haley says she would do it all over again to rescue Flake. It's just who she is.
I'm not thinking about myself at that moment. I'm thinking about the animal that is terrified.
Haley Dube, 7's Hero.
Oh my gosh, what a big heart she has for a cat that was not even hers. Haley, you are a hero. In the first few days, the fire department had come out a few times to help, but they couldn't figure out where the cat was underground. Cameras were even sent down there. They hoped he would make his way out the same way that he went in. That would have been the best and safest scenario. But as you saw, things went a little differently. Flake's owner is a bit camera shy, but wants to say how incredibly thankful she is to Haley.